So we back with Bad Credit is Childish. We got a spinoff. We actually introducing a new business that we have. It's BCIC Academy. We're gearing towards student and student athletes, teaching them how to establish their credit and to be responsible as well as be accountable for their credit. So what we're doing today is we're doing a little introduction of that, as well as we're bringing on a special guest to give the students a little bit of information as to how to do small investments, and also to give them a little bit of familiarity of what we're doing. This is strictly an introduction, as well as this is informational for our young people, someone that's near and dear to me. Me being a high school counselor, I take this very personal. I love students. I love the youth. This is these are young people that I really hold near and dear to my heart because they're young, they're influential. We need to give them information that they can take. We give them information that they can use in their life that can make them a better person. Simple.
So
let's
get into it.
Let's do it, man. You know how we do it, Willie Mook. You know we do it kind of live off the cuff. We don't really. This ain't scripted, right?
So we're gonna introduce ourselves. I'm Willie Mook.
I'm Lynwood Powell.
I'm Young.
And so, look, we are Bad Credit is Childish. We are BCIC Academy. We're going to give y'all the real. We're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to make sure y'all are able to digest the information that we're giving you. And if you can't digest it and give it back to us, that must mean that we're not doing our job. And I'm going to give it to you again, right?
Give it to you the best way.
Let's go. So, look, today's topic is small investments. Small investments. What do small investments mean to you, Young?
I'm gonna start off with a real example, man. You know, I'm into the stock game. I put a small investment into a franchise of one of my friends. You know what I mean? He has 2 franchises. He helped me bring me into that process. But for something like high school students, just recently, y'all know during the pandemic, it's a lot of people that's been getting into the stocks and the Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and those things of that nature. And me personally, I didn't know anything about the crypto space. So I was driving in the car one night and I heard the bit with Elon Musk when he first started talking about the Dogecoin. And I'm going to just be honest with you. I was like, that sounds crazy, man. I don't know nothing about it. But I feel like a lot of times you got to step outside your way, outside yourself. And I took $300 to me. To me, it was a small investment. And I feel like, you know, I see high school students with $300 shoes on.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm using this example, because I know that y'all have $300. Absolutely. A lot of y'all. So I took that $300 in January. It's all facts on my phone. I took it in January and I bought it at a penny. When it went to 54 cents, I made $10,000 on it. Now, literally, I was saying to my brother, man, it's stupid. I don't know nothing about this, coin that, but I'm going to do it anyways because I feel like a lot of times we do stuff like you go to a club that's stupid or a party that's stupid or deal with somebody else that's stupid and you don't question it. And you do it over and over and over again. And something like $300 made me $10,000. A fact. And I was mad at myself because honestly, I could have put $5,000 into that. And if I'd have put $10,000, which would have been a small investment for me, that would have been the $500,000 I would have made. But me not knowing and being afraid, I cost myself $440,000 because I only put $300 and I made $10,000. But I could have put $10,000 and made $500,000. It was a penny. It went from 1 penny in January to 54 cents. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I still right now, I don't know much about the crypto space, but I feel like the hard part is getting out of your way. So take a small, don't matter what it is, $100. I took $300 and put it in and start learning. You know what I'm saying? So that was a real small investment for me that turned into $10,000. And then, you know, you could turn that $10,000 into whatever, you know, your goal is. But that's real.
That's real, man. Small investment like that can change your life, really, at the end of the day. Because think about it, if somebody had $300, a young student or a student athlete, someone that had $300 and they invested, and they took that and made 10, and they took that 10, and say, for instance, they made 20, right? $20,000 for an 18-year-old is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying? And from there, now their mindset changed. And once their mindset changed, they may take $2,000 and invest over here. take 3,000 and invest over here. It still got 15. And now they like, okay, that 2, that 3 is making money, but my 15 is still sitting. But you know what kids are doing now? They smarter than us. 100%. They doing bigger and better things. They're taking the whole 20 and investing it. They not even scared to take a chance because they look at it like, okay, if I don't make no money, my money is still sitting there. We as adults, we think about our money sitting in the bank so we can go and grab it. Like my son, for example, he's making money in the stock market. He made money selling shoes. He don't got no money in the bank. All his money is in investments. It's in the stock market. His money don't sit in the bank, period, point. If you go check his checkings or savings account right now, he may have $200, $300 in there. Right. But he may have $5,000, $6,000 in his stocks. Right. And if he need to pull it, he'll go pull it. Just like we pull money from the bank. We go to the ATM machine, right, to go get money. He just transfer money from his stock to his bank account and then go pull it and then keep it moving. But that money that's sitting in that stock account is making money.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So it can be those small investments like having money in a banking savings account. It don't gotta really be an investment in your mind. It can just be a savings account. Use it as a savings account. Okay, you know what, Dogecoin, it may not even be making no noise right now, but I'm gonna just sit my money over there just in case it makes some noise.
But then the reason why I use the Dogecoin example, because I'm investing into a couple of different stocks. And one of the dudes who always give out the best information who I listen to, we call it dumb money. Because a lot of times once people start making a lot of money, I can't curse, you get too smart. You know what I'm saying? You don't be too smart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I could have taught myself, I did talk myself out of what I told y'all earlier, but don't be too smart. Keep it simple. Keep it super simple.
Who was that you follow? Can you get that information? Is it somebody on YouTube? Is it his
name is Aristotle. Aristotle Investments. And Aristotle, I think he like 26, 27 years old. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of his story. I met him down in Miami at the Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul fight. But I've been watching the kid for a year before I met him. And he's actually a millionaire. He went to the military. He was cutting hair in the military. He would take his money from the military along with the money he made from cutting hair, and he started teaching himself stocks. And while he was in the military for 3 or 4 years, he used that money, flipped that money, and when he got out of the military, he was a millionaire. Mm. So now he teaches people financial literacy with 2 other guys, and they just had their first stock conference down in Atlanta. I went to go check it out. And again, like I said, this guy's 7, 8 years younger than me. So you can't be afraid to learn from someone. You said this earlier. Mm-hmm. It don't matter who the information is coming from. Absolutely. You need to pay attention. So I'm listening to someone that's 8 years younger than me and give me game. And I was watching him for a year before I actually met him down in Miami. But it's just encouraging. I feel like it's a kid that was in the military, was taking his earnings. You know, he married, got a wife, stand-up dude from what I know of him. And I met him. Aristotle Investments, I think, you know, they give out stock tickers in the morning. You pay like $20, $30, I believe, to be a part of the Honey Drip trading group. And you learn a lot, man. And I just feel like you said about your son, the dope part about the younger kids these days, they not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Take that money, man, invest it. You know, you spend it on whatever you want to spend it on, but $100, $200, $300 will go a long way. And the Dogecoin thing started off as a joke. But it's like, who gets the last laugh? Mm. You understand? It's like, who gets the last laugh? Of course, somebody like, everybody's doing stock investments and everybody's an investor and all the other BS. But it's like, if you were standing in a line to a club to spend $300, nobody would care. You feel me? That's the popular thing to do. So it's like, I may be wrong with this 300, but I put it up anyways. I don't need to be a brainiac. I know I don't know everything. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. But I know that this $300 could possibly make me money. If I go buy a pair of tennis shoes, it's a 0 chance I'm going to make any money. It's a 0 chance. So you got to use that in your mind like your son. Yeah. If I spend $500, is it a chance that this $500 can make me $10, $20, $30? Well, run it.
That's real. You can never make a basket if you never take a shot. Right, and you know, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about what Young was saying. A lot of us, you know, we will pay that money to go to a club, right? But really, you can be educating yourself just by even simply listening to this podcast. All money you have money that's used purposely for things that you need necessarily, and then you got some money that you have that normally you just use to save. But what you have to start doing, if you have to start budgeting, once you come up with a budget, once you create a budget, and you can determine the extra funds that you have in the bank or stored somewhere at the end of the month, then you can determine how much of that extra money you are willing to take that risk to invest. But if you don't ever take a risk, you will never see the fruits of your labor. There's a lot of education out there about stocks, about cryptocurrencies, about real estate, about rental vehicles. We talked about Turo the other day. There's so many different things that you can invest money in, and especially college kids. You guys don't have a lot of things, a lot of responsibilities or things that you have to do. So when you're making this money, you don't have to go to the club every Saturday. Young sacrificed one visit to the club for one weekend with $300 and made $10,000. You could do the same thing.
Hey, you hit on something that was very important. You said watching this podcast, the young people, they're on the internet. They're on YouTube. They're watching podcasts. They educating themselves with information that's readily available. People my age, and I'm going to say Willie age, when we was growing up, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have this information available to us like they do now. So you could take this podcast, and that's the purpose of the BCIC Academy. We're giving out information. We are trying to educate. We're trying to give you the tools to make you a successful adult. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, make you a successful adult without having to take all the bumps on the head to get there. We took a lot of lumps, bumps, had money, spent it, invested in the stupid stuff, thinking we back in the day, if you would have told us like, oh, you can make an investment in a car and make money, we'd have been like, a car is a liability. You know what I'm saying? But now a car is an asset. It's an asset if you put it on Turo, if you're making $200 a day off a rental. Back when we was growing up, that wasn't heard of. So now it's all about educating the youth to give them that information to make them become more successful adults. And that's what the BCIC Academy is doing.
Absolutely. We created a platform strictly to give you guys knowledge, financial literacy, knowledge about investments. Think about what Young just said. If you buy a pair of gym shoes, they depreciate as soon as you buy them.
Unless you're selling them.
And that's
just a good point because, if you're selling those gym shoes and they have a value and you can make money off them, that's one way. But as soon as you put those shoes, matter of fact, if you open the box, because, I'm going to be for real. My son say you can't even open, when he get a pair of shoes that he's selling, you can't open the box. They don't want the paper to be folded over the corner. So as soon as you open the box, they depreciate. So just imagine putting them on your feet. You know what I'm saying? They really depreciate. So if you can invest money into shoes that you're wearing around, that's $200-$300, you definitely can invest money into a stock. You know what I'm saying? A small investment. You definitely can invest your money into some educational tools that you have, whether it's our financial literacy flashcards or the BCIC Academy. You can subscribe to that to get information that's going to help you further on down the line.
Absolutely.
I want to real quick, not to cut you off, to go to the BCI Academy. It say bad credit is childish. And I'm a firm believer that in this era that we're in right now, like being ignorant about something is very childish because all of us, I've been on the college campus, street campus, fashion design school, junior college, Harvard campus, all across the world. At the end of the day, I feel like this right here today that y'all have available is one click of a button. It's one click of a button. Like you can get online right now and you can listen to a Harvard, Yale professor, if that matters to you. You can go to HBCU. You can go right to the BCI Academy and you can learn information. Before you had to go to college campus. You don't have to do that anymore. You can pay your cell phone bill. You get to pick out your professor. You can say, okay, I want financial literacy today. I'm going to study this. I want my health vibes. I'm going to do this. My physical vibes. And all you got to do is pay $30, $40 on your phone, and you got to be dedicated. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's the main problem. Absolutely. Like, we got to be accountable and responsible because everybody want a whole lot of money. But when you get that money, responsibility come with that. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't, it's no surprise you're not going to be blessed with a lot of money because you haven't done those things to put yourself in position. And you got to believe it. Like, yeah, when you got a lot of money, guess who coming? They knocking, they calling, they're going to ask for money. And you can't just say no. And even if you're telling somebody no, Okay, if I tell you no, I don't want to give you $50 or $100. I'm gonna tell you why. You know what? Nah, man, go to the BCI Academy. You feel me? What's your credit score? Okay, why is your credit score like that? Right. Okay, so if I give you $100, how I know you're gonna give me $100 back? So this is why I'm telling you no. Hey, all right, take this course. Can you take this course for a week, a month? If you could do this, then I give you $300-$400. And I feel like right now, especially the era we in, man, especially the cats that look like us, like, it's vital. The information is a click of a button away. We know how to get money. It's how we're gonna keep money now and have that money make money. So I love it, man. I love everything that y'all doing.
How to create generational wealth. That's dope. You know what I mean? How to create generational wealth. So it's like, you know, we run across so much money, but we spend it on the wrong things, and we are trying to have you guys avoid going through the things that we did, right? Like, we're not preaching about something we don't know about. We were all student athletes. We were all staying on a college campus. We've all stayed in the dorms, right? We know how there's an icebreaker after every homecoming game, and I got to get fresh, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. What we're trying to do is we're trying to breed young adults. There's certain things that they're not teaching you in school that is very important. There's a major gap in the educational system. BCIC Academy is exposing it. Kids, if you don't know about credit, please look up the definition. Please look up the reasoning for it. Please look up how necessary this is once you become an adult, and it is very important for you to learn this now.
It's so crazy because for my nieces, my nephews, and any young person that I'm in contact with, I'm not giving out money as gifts no more. I'm not giving out, shoes, and I'm not giving out clothes. I'm giving out subscriptions to the BCIC Academy. I'm giving out financial literacy flashcards. I'm giving out statement day planners. I'm giving out the Bad Credit Childish workbook. You can't get no items from me because guess what? At the end of the day, they're going to depreciate, and you're not going to appreciate them. If I give you some tools that can help you further your life, you're going to look back 10 years from now and you're going to be thankful that I gave you those tools because you're going to be living a better life than you would be living if I just gave you a pair of shoes or if I gave you a new PS5 joystick, you know what I'm saying, or a PS5 game. The things that I'm going to give you, and I'm giving it from my heart. I'm not just giving it to you just to say I gave. I'm giving it from my heart, but the things I'm giving you are going to be informational. They're going to make you a better person. And at the end of the day, if we got any adults that's listening to this podcast or that's visualizing this, do the same. Subscribe. Put your kids, your nephew, your nieces, your goddaughter, your godson. Give them some information that's going to make them become a better adult. So we're going to put some accountability on the adults that's in those students' lives as well. We're not just going to put all the accountability on the kids because kids make mistakes. And at 18, I made a lot of mistakes. Right. However, we're trying to prevent them from making those mistakes. And if you are an adult in their life, help them not make those mistakes as well. You need to take a little bit of accountability on and subscribe. Get them in a platform with a platform that's going to educate them. That's going to make them more responsible, more accountable, young adults into adulthood.
And somebody said something earlier. I feel like this also big, man, is like a budget. I feel like, we want to go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like you got the freshman, sophomore, junior year, senior year, and the process is different for everybody. So I feel like one of the main things about even your credit, me with investing and having money is like, if I make $100 a week, discipline yourself and say, you know what? I want to take $20 a week and put it up. The way I saved my first $10,000 was I broke it down. Like you said, okay, I'm going to take 30%. I ain't have no money today. So now if I get this check, act like I still don't have any money. So you take a percentage and put that away. Then you take a percentage. Okay, I'm going to pay my phone bill this week. I'm not going to wait till the last week. Take care of that. So you take care of your responsibilities, and then you notice once the end of the month come, your responsibilities are already handled. So if you're getting paid every week, now you got a free check. I got a second check. And when you start seeing that money, instead of just throwing it away, every time you get money, you're burning a hole in your pocket. You rushing to give it to somebody else. You don't got to do that. Just keep the money with you. Break it down mathematically. I'm going to keep 30% for this, 20% for that, 10% for this. Pay all my bills. I'm going to do the same thing week after week after week. And then you get in the habit of saving. Because the fact is, you can hit the lottery tomorrow. If you're not in the habit of saving your money and having your money work for you, it's a guaranteed fact you're going to blow it. It's a guaranteed fact. I don't care what nobody say. If you're not in it, it's just like taking someone that's out of shape. Okay, if they eat well for 1 week, Do you think they're going to continue that for the next year because they got rich all of a sudden? I'm out of shape. Give me $2 million. And I ate well because I knew this whole week I'm going to get $2 million. And I ate well. Then I got the $2 million. And now you got to continue that. No, because guess what happened? You're going to get money, and the money really make you lazy because you want to do all the stuff that you ever wanted to do. You want to stay up late. You want to party. You want to dress fly. The girls, the dudes, we going to inflate your ego. All that stuff going to come. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose everything you got. So what you got to do is you got to work against your ego. I want to go spend this. No, don't do that. Don't go do that. What you do if you want to go spend $100 on some Jordans, get a box in your room. I know you got an empty Jordan box. So go put that $100 in the empty Jordan box and wait 2 days. And then come back and look at that $100. You're going to feel better. And then once you do that and see the money stacking up in your shoebox or your savings, it'll feel better in your possession than giving it to somebody else. That's just something that I did personally, you know.
And we tap into budgeting a lot because it is very important, and you will realize that once you become a member of BCIC Academy. And the reason we do is because I understand some of you are looking like, you know, I'm a college student. I may not work. I may not have a job. But believe me, we understand that you get allowances, right? No one is leaving you at college with no money. So you either get allowances or you get a stipend from having a full athletic ride scholarship. So put some of that money up. And basically what Young was saying is sacrifice some things that you think that you love or some events that you think you got to go to. Sacrifice some of that and put some of that money into a small investment, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's potentially buying your first car, whether it's potentially buying your first home. And I guarantee you when you get that return of investment, it will give you a better feeling than any concert, any pair of shoes you could have bought or anything else. I guarantee you that.
Hey, you know what you should do? The young people, put that Amazon application right next to your Robinhood app. Soon as you go to click the Amazon app or you go to click the Nordstrom's or Macy's or whatever app that you shop on, put that Robinhood app right next to it. As soon as you click, you're going to see the other app. You're like, you know what? Because a lot of people do compulsive spending. A lot of people do compulsive spending. We click, we buy, and we get an enjoyment. When the package comes, we open it up, we feel good. And that's just kind of the world we live in. You get an enjoyment out of opening up a package. But when you get that urge to spend and you go to that Amazon app and you see that Robinhood app right next to it, and this is just an example for Robinhood, take that $50 that you just going to spend on Amazon and put it over here.
So Lynwood,
you know what I'm saying?
Quick question. A lot of these kids may not know what Robinhood is. Could you explain it to them?
Okay, so Robinhood, I'm going to let Young explain it because this is his field.
Yeah, I was just listening to the CEO, one of the CEOs last night. He was on another podcast called Earn Your Leisure.
Monday night, Market Mondays, right?
Market Mondays, you know, with those guys.
Yeah.
But Robinhood is an investment app, man. You know, before, it was very hard for you to make trades. You had to pay the broker. You don't have to pay any, like $7, $5 per trade. So it's an app that you download, just like Nike, Adidas, anything. And you put your bank account, and you could start off. First, they give you a free stock. And then from there, you could put $5, $10, $20, and you could start with a small investment, and you could start learning about stocks right on your phone. You know, it's real easy. It's user-friendly. And I just literally started 2 years ago with stocks. And my friends that I know, have a friend from college. Her dude, she been telling me about this guy for like 4 years. And she was like, Young, you doing your thing in the music and et cetera, et cetera. You need to do this with your money, do that. And I didn't want to listen to her because I was unfamiliar with it. I don't want to do it. So finally, when the pandemic hit and I had to sit down 2 years ago, I started listening. I told y'all the $300 story. So the guy she had me, her fiance, she wanted me to meet 4 years ago, he told me about a stock called NVAX. And this was a vaccine. And at the time, NVAX, when she told me, was $5. I waited. I came in at $30. So I took $20,000 and bought it at $30. And NVAX, it ran up to like $250. Now, her fiance, he had like $150,000 in there, and he made $2.8 million. And honestly, the only reason I did it because I know he's a franchise owner. He has a Smoothie King and a Jimmy John's, and he was asking me about partnering with him on a franchise. He told me the amount of money that I needed, and I said, okay, cool. So when he told me about the NVAX opportunity, Robinhood. I took $20,000 and I invested in it. And that was a relationship. Every morning, me and him would talk every morning now. Every morning, yo, how your invest stock doing? How your invest stock doing? So we did that for a year and a half, coming up to 2 years. And that's how I became an angel investor into one of the first Smoothie Kings. And this all came from listening to somebody and literally off Robinhood. So I feel like that relationships too, that's another thing, man. You know, I listened to somebody, a friend of mine. We started off one thing, which was stocks, and then this led to something else. And then like within the next year and a half, I'm gonna have my own Smoothie King, my own Jimmy John's, because he laying the ropes down. And he saw that I wasn't afraid to put money up, because we was talking about this every day. And I feel like for the athletes, you know, you don't want to go on a football field or the basketball court. Let's be honest. Can you hoop? Can you ball? Like, you're not picking your team with anybody that you don't know can hoop a ball. If it's your cousin, your brother, you'll have your homie, man. I want you, because you want to stay on the court. So you got to think when it comes to the money and the finances, that was literally something that he did to me. He like, how you want to own a franchise? You scared to? But then he seen like, oh man, he diving for loose balls. He put his 20 up. Let me put him on my team. So y'all got to think about that too, just outside of sports, you know?
You said something big. It's about networking, right? You may not know these people personally, but if somebody introduced you to somebody, how we got you here, right? You was introduced to us from somebody that we networking with. You got to take a chance to allow yourself to be open to meeting new people. You know what I'm saying? Because the demographic we come from, a lot of people don't want to meet new friends. You know, like, no new friends.
Yep. Trust issues.
Why not? You got to pick and choose what type of friend. Now, you don't want no new friends that's bringing you drama, that's over here robbing, sticking up folks, and you got to watch your back end, or they robbing and sticking you up. But you got to introduce yourself to new people and have new friends that are like-minded. You know what I'm saying?
We were speaking on this in the lobby with my man over in the corner too, and man, I'm going to be honest with you. I think for me personally, because I feel like you can't really hide the truth, I think that's why my blessings come so much, because I firmly believe people are the most important assets on the earth. You can't do nothing without people. Somebody had to make the mics, you know what I'm saying? Your shirts, you need people. Yeah. I ain't saying I rock with everybody and don't feel like slapping some people, but at the end of the day, I feel like people are very important. And if you connect with people and rock, you don't genuinely connect with people and rock. I don't need nothing from you. You don't need nothing from me, but I need everything from you. Right. And you need everything from me. Right. So when you what's wrong with meeting somebody new? Like, we come from those environments. We know we grew up in those environments where my life could be on the line, and it's an asset for us. Yeah. So then it's just like being in the jungle. Like, I can't really play with you because I know that I could lose my life. Absolutely. But then you got to use that to your advantage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't out to hurt you, man. So when you walk around, you got this bubble of fear on you, then money don't like that. Yep. New relationships don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people different from you. You feel me? Everybody not going to like how I dress, how I look, what I say. But I know for a fact how I've been living my life. If I walk in a room and they think tattoos crazy or dreads crazy or it's all white people or all Hispanic people and all that, don't got nothing to do with me. I'm going to respect you. Absolutely. And then they respect me, and that's the number one thing. They get me in every door. And then if they're afraid of something, they got to get over that. You know what I'm saying? They eventually get over that.
Absolutely. And 9 times out of 10, they usually do once they have a conversation with you.
They usually do.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? The initial appearance may be fear, but after you have a conversation, like, it's the coolest person in the world. I get that so much. You so mean, or my kids' friends be like, your daddy look mean, or this is and that. But when they sit there, have a conversation, we crack some jokes and everything. It's like, yeah, like your dad's super cool. And that's just how we got to be. And when you make a small investment, y'all got to understand, when you putting money up, money comes back with friends. Money comes back with friends. So if you keep repeating that cycle, and I'm a reinvest. I know I made this amount of money, but I'm not going to just take the money that I made and go spend it, because now I'm back to square one. Right. I'm going to take the profits that I made, and now I may double the initial investment that I had for free because of the profits, and then let it come back even more. That's the game. That's the key to life. We are trying to give you jewels. If you haven't did nothing else, go understand the definition of credit. Go understand the definition of investments. Understand that Bad Credit is Childish Academy is here for you. Yeah, this platform is created for students, for student athletes.
We're trying to break the cycle. So at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, right? We're breaking the cycle. We're breaking the mental cycle, the physical cycle. We're breaking the bad habits. Bad Credit is Childish is a pain point for us to get to you to understand the importance of credit. Don't take it and think about it as, oh, I got bad credit. They looking at me and they talking down on me. No, we just trying to get your attention, and we trying to get you to change those habits. We trying to get you to change the future for your children and your children's children. Because at the end of the day, how the stock market is, the housing market, with Turo, if we was already prepared for these different things to take place, we wouldn't even have to be on this podcast. We would probably be sitting on the island somewhere chilling if we would have had the information that we trying to give right now, right? We'll be well off. So at the end of the day, we trying to give y'all information to make y'all more responsible, accountable young adults.
And we understand, like as a kid, you may not even know what a credit is or what a credit score is. We are going to provide you with the information for that. But on top of that, we are going to teach you how to establish your credit. Talk to your parents or talk to a teacher or talk to somebody close to you or even give us a call if necessary. But we will teach you how to establish your credit. We guarantee you we will get you to a 700-plus credit score. And our system, our courses, is used to help you maintain that score from two factors: becoming accountable and then becoming responsible. If you can do both, you'll be able to maintain that score. And I know a lot of y'all say, man, well, what comes with a good credit score? Well, when you go to that car lot, you ain't got to go to the section where the used cars is. You can get any car you want at a low interest rate. When you want to go get a house, you can get whatever house you want at a low interest rate. We want you to put the video games down. We want you to put the TikTok down. Stay off your Instagram for 30 minutes a day. Tap into the Academy, sign up, become a member, learn about your financial future. This is what we do.
Nice. And so look, if you are looking to sign up for the Academy, or if you're a young adult, or if you're a parent or someone that's in their life as an adult, go to www.bcicacademy.com, get the information, do your research, and then sign up. Have your young people in your lives being more responsible, more accountable, and you can be an asset to them.
Right.
Help them.
Right.
Help them. That's what they say. Take a village, right? If it take a village, then that's what we're here for. We part of the village, and we want you to be a part of the village and be accountable for those young people as well.
Exactly, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If you're a parent and you're listening to this, and you have the knowledge and the tools to help your child, to help a nephew, niece, or just a young kid in need of help, avoid making the mistakes you had or by lack of knowledge, because everything ain't the kid's fault.
Right.
Like, the way we learned about credit is by messing up. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be that way. With the platform we're providing, all we need you to do is please educate your kids on how important credit is. If you don't want to help them educate them, let us educate them, but at least sign them up for the Academy so that they can start learning. Make this an assignment for them. Make this their homework. We only require 20 minutes a week. 20 minutes a week.
20 minutes. Man, 20 minutes. We just spent what? We spent 40 minutes giving you information, so we can take 20 of it and digest it, you know what I'm saying? So,
and then I just to piggyback off of both of what they said, man, I feel like at the end of the day, man, let's stop making excuses, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody have to tell y'all to go turn on that video game. Don't nobody have to tell y'all to go buy the shoes. Don't nobody have to tell you to go chase after the girl or the guy or whatever. Like, you got to handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Do the uncool things now, so later on they're going to be really cool. Because at the end of the day, having bad credit is childish and it's not cool, you feel me? It's not a good look for you, you know what I mean? So you want to make sure you handle your business. And then we know like, it seemed like uptight. Have fun. We want you to go spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on. We want you to go to the club and get off and do your thing. But you got to handle your business first, man. Handle your responsibility first and get in the habit of doing that. You know what I mean? And then go have your fun. But because at the end of the day, you know, we can't be pointing at nobody else, blaming it on anybody else. It's going to come down to us. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to us. And when you, like I say, you point a finger, you got 3 pointing back at yourself. So, you know, we got to be accountable, man. And that's what you got to do at the end of the day. Because if you ain't listening to these guys right here, you know what I'm saying, a part of the Academy, and You can choose to do it. You're gonna be forced to do it later on. You're gonna be forced to do it one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So just sign up, man. Wherever they tell you need to sign up. What is it again?
www.bcicacademy.com.
And also follow us on all social media platforms as well. Our Twitter handle was BCIC Academy and the number 1.
Man, I think the high school, they need to like make that a part of their program or something.
We gonna be part of the program.
We gonna push.
We gonna kick the door down.
Yeah, you're gonna kick the door down. Yeah, I feel like that should be like.
So this is definitely a movement, and you will soon see how strong we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have some professional past, current, and present athletes who are joining the movement as well. And if you don't want to listen to what we gotta say, you're gonna be forced to listen to what they gotta say.
There
So it's all good.
It is, man.
Bad credit is childish.
Bad credit is childish.